It was just another morning at school. Kids laughed, teachers chatted, and in the middle of it all stood Daniel, a quiet boy with worn-out shoes. The soles were cracked, the laces mismatched, and one had a hole big enough to show his socks. As he walked through the hallway, a girl pointed and laughed. "Nice shoes," she said mockingly, loud enough for others to hear. A few students giggled. Daniel looked down, embarrassed, and walked away without saying a word. That girl, her name was Ava, popular, smart, and used to being the center of attention. To her, it was just a joke. To Daniel, it stung. At lunch, Daniel sat alone as he always did. He opened a small sandwich wrapped in paper, took a bite, and stared out the window. He didn't cry. He didn't complain. But his eyes told a story of someone who had gotten used to being invisible and judged. The next day, something unexpected happened. School started like usual. But by mid-morning, the fire alarm blared. Everyone rushed to the courtyard thinking it was just a drill. But it wasn't. Smoke started seeping from one of the classrooms. That's when the panic began. A teacher screamed, "There's still someone inside!" A girl had fainted in the restroom and hadn't made it out. Everyone froze, except Daniel. Without a second thought, he sprinted back into the building. Teachers shouted for him to stop, but he didn't listen. Seconds felt like hours. The smoke grew thicker. People were crying. Ava stood among them, visibly shaking. Then, through the smoke-filled doorway, a figure emerged. It was Daniel, his shirt covering his mouth, carrying the unconscious girl in his arms. Everyone gasped. A teacher ran over and helped. The crowd erupted into cheers as the girl was brought to safety, and Daniel collapsed to his knees, coughing but alive. He had saved her. Later that day, paramedics arrived. The girl was going to be okay. And Daniel? He was the quiet hero no one had expected. The next morning, the story had spread. Everyone knew what he had done. And as Daniel walked through the hallway, still in those same worn-out shoes, no one laughed this time. Ava approached him. She looked different, humbled, quiet. "I'm sorry," she said, eyes full of guilt. "About yesterday, about everything." Daniel nodded, gave a small smile, and said, "It's okay." Then he walked away, not seeking attention, not expecting praise, because real heroes don't need an audience.